Now I'm gonna fly this airplane all the time now. By myself, nobody else allowed in it. When I was a kid, my family traveled a lot. I'm an only child, and we traveled a lot, and I'm from New York, and we flew out of Kennedy. And I was 4 years old, and my dad used to take me up to, probably to keep my mouth shut, to take me to the windows, and I would watch the airplanes come and go. And I remember at the time, it was a Pan Am 747 that was landing at Kennedy right in front of me. I said, I want to do that. Never changed from that. It was always, I want to fly airplanes. I want to be around airplanes, around aviation. It wasn't until much later till I realized all the different aspects of aviation you can be a part of. But yeah, that was what it was. Like, nobody in my family, my father was afraid of flying. And here I am sitting there just like, I want to do everything airplanes. And he was like, I don't understand it, but have at it. And luckily they pushed me to chase my dreams, and that's what that did. I started in 1996 when I went to college. That's when I started flying. I went to a college program in Florida. That's why I started flying, and everything was great up until 2001. On that day, I was a flight instructor going out on a flight, and that day changed my entire life. That was when I just had to stop flying, and it put a big pause on my career. My school had sort of a bridge program where you can go to a regional airline, and so I was on that way, and then I was in school when September 11th happened, and there was nothing to do after it. I was flight instructing at the time, building my time. I was actually going on a flight that morning. Luckily, we hadn't departed yet.
September 11th?
Yep, we were going on a flight that morning. And in September of 2002, I was in the Air Force. I was enlisted in the Air Force, wasn't flying. I was enlisted because my grades didn't agree with being an officer in the Air Force. Got it done though. Did my 4-year enlistment, then decided I want to go back to it. Started flying again at a local flight school. I was stationed in Vegas at the time, at a local flight school, then got a job back in Florida, flight instructing again when I got hired by American Eagle, and then the classes were getting canceled and the economy didn't agree with me at that point. And at that point, it was like, you know, God's telling me that I shouldn't fly for a career. And that's when I just kind of made a left turn and started doing what I do now, which is I'm a government employee. I'm not gonna say exactly what I do. Like I said, I'm in a position where I get to own the airplane. I didn't buy the airplane until 2016 because I was like just flying here and there. And I was like, you know, I'm in a position where I can do it. Why not do it? I fell in love with that one when I bought it, and I've owned it ever since. And it was just time to do some upgrades on it. That led me here. When I got assigned to Houston, I got here in 2019. I worked with a guy, I came from Atlanta, and I worked with a guy who was here. We kind of switched. We kind of changed places. And I was like, listen, I have the airplane. I know you know people. Because he's very big into commemorative Air Force stuff. So I'm like, I know you know people who you know that has a hangar, because I don't want that airplane outside in the Texas heat. Just by accident, he gave me Jay's number, and I happened to call him, and he was having a hangar come available. And I was like, yes. And he was like, you don't want to see it? I said, no. Because I was parking on the ramp down at General, because I'm still based here. So I was down at General Aviation outside, and even Jay told me, he goes, that airplane's too nice to be outside. I was like, I agree. Well, the interior was redone in the airplane in 2008, I believe, by the previous owner. And it was just, you know, the interior wasn't terrible, but it was just, you know, just things that happen over time. From time and use, just things were showing wear and tear, and the sort of like the way the interior was laid out was looking kind of old and dated. It wasn't like in terrible shape. I went to Oshkosh last year with the airplane, and I knew it was time for an avionics upgrade, but I also knew it was time for an interior upgrade. So I had decided, before I left, I'd come in here. I had already decided that I was going to go with another company that is do-it-yourself, no names. Just gonna, you know, do it yourself. And I came and I was talking to a few people, and everybody kind of pointed me like as far as the quality of work goes here. So I was like, I wonder how much it costs, just out of curiosity. So I came in kind of as a joke. And I was like, just want to see like how much I'd be saving or do what is that and the other thing. And when you sat down with me that day and I went through everything and all that, and I was like, I will never, no matter how much time I spend, get to that level of quality. It won't happen. So at that point I was like, well, like I came in with no intention of doing it that day, and after talking to you and you're saying, and you were bringing up things that I was like, I didn't even think of that. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it now. And that's what I did here. And I'm glad I did. I'm very glad I did, because if I would have tried to do it, it would have been a disaster. The first day, I just walked in. I was here because I had the idea to look, because I was talking to them, kind of scheduling stuff, and I just walked in. And then he was the first person I met, and we just sat down, and I was like, this is kind of what I want. And we went in the golf cart up to the airplane, you remember? And he was like, yeah, we can do it. And I was like, all right, let's go talk. And I was like, I kind of want this, like the vinyl flooring, and because the carpet it was like a light brown, and you know, it just gets stained over time and all that. So I was like, the vinyl flooring, I think would be great. He was like, yeah, we can do it. Everything was always, yeah, we can do it. Yeah, we can do it. And I was like, let's do it. Like, let's do it. And I told him some things that didn't work. He's like, it'll work. I was like, all right. This looks incredible. This looks fantastic. This is unbelievable. I can't believe my airplane looked like this. Look at this. This is unbelievable. You guys all outdid yourself. This is amazing. Definitely a whole lot better than what I brought in. I'll tell you that. It's unbelievable. That's my airplane. Amazing, unbelievable. I can't thank you enough for this. I want to close it because it's got that new car smell, and I want to keep. Now I'm gonna fly this airplane all the time now, by myself, nobody else allowed in it. Absolutely perfect, Oscar. Absolutely perfect. I'll tell everybody who'll listen to it, come here. It'll be well worth it. Well worth the energy, the effort, the time, the money, well worth all of it. I couldn't have guessed it looked like that in a million years. It was fantastic, phenomenal.